All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Victoria Henderson Weber. I'm the president of the Des Moines branch of the NAACP. I am standing in tonight for our fearless win leader, Dr. Mary Chapman. Mary is hosting an event at Drake tonight, so she is going to be unable to join us. She did send me a message letting you know, or wanting me to let you all know that she's sorry she can't be here and that she looks forward to catching up with everybody soon. Um, but in her absence, we will go ahead and move forward. So we do have a presenter tonight for our small business highlights. I am going to go ahead and turn the meeting over to member Courtney Perry to do an introduction of our presenter, and then we will let our presenter get started. If anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to drop it in the chat. But Courtney, the floor is yours.
Hello and good evening, ladies. It's nice to see you all here on this beautiful day.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, the business spotlight, I got to choose quite a few ladies for the year that will present with you guys. Tonight, we are going to have Chante Duncan. She is actually my sister, and she is a barber stylist who has been in the industry for, oh goodness, for well over almost 10 years, maybe, I think. And so right now she is located at Paparazzi Hair Studio, and she specializes in dreadlocks and hair natural. She also has her own product line that she's going to be talking to you ladies about. So I want to give her the floor and give her the glory of telling you all about herself. There you are, Chante Duncan.
Well, thank you, Courtney. Hello, ladies. It's a pleasure to be in front of you all today. I'm new to this, so bear with me as I try to get through this. So my name is, of course, Chante Duncan. I go by Dread Doctor on my social media, and on my website is also dreaddoctor.com. I am presenting to you ladies today a couple of the products that I currently make. But basically, let me give you a little background about myself. I graduated barber school in 2012. I ended up working at Clippernomics Academy from graduation all the way up until 2018. In 2018, I ended up moving to Paparazzi Hair Studio just because I needed a little more advancement. I needed a little more skill. I needed to learn more and pick up more. And I felt like that would be a great place to do it. And definitely working on my customer service because I was lacking that and I didn't know that, but I feel like I've picked up on that now. So I ended up starting to make my own products because one time I had a client tell me that he was having a rough time with his hair and with the smell because he worked at Firestone. So his hair started smelling really bad. And so he was like, if you can do that ACV rinse on me, that'll work too. So that was my first time ever doing the ACV rinse. And so he called me back maybe a day or so later and he's like, oh, my girlfriend hates it. It's like, she hates the way my hair smells and this and that. He was like, we got to do something else. So I'm like, okay. I went back to the drawing board and like science class, I went and got a elements table and just start trying to figure out what things I can put together to detox the hair, disinfect the hair, and give the hair a fresh, clean scent without destroying the hair. And so after research and trial and error, I ended up coming up with my Root Solutions Detox Cubes. And so at this point, I carry 3 of those, a Rasta, a Wizard, and a Grenade. And they all promote, first and foremost, a detox. They also, one promote or helps with dandruff. One helps with treating alopecia. The other one helps with removing more buildup than the other. And so after that, I ended up, after I got to that point, I'm like, oh, I was so excited. I'm like, oh yeah, this is going well. I need to get something else. What else can I make? And so I started, I think I ended up going with the oil was my next one. So I make a growth elixir. And I don't know if you all can see this. So this is going to oil the hair. And so when I started making this, unbeknownst to me, that when you just put oil on your hair, your oil is a sealant. So you're sealing in dryness. So the whole time I'm like, oh, I'm just putting oil on my client's hair along with my locking pomade, and started researching some more, which I try to do that a lot more now so I can stay ahead of the game. And so I went back to the drawing board and I ended up making a daily spray. So the daily spray, and this is Root Solutions hydration spray. And so the daily spray is going to hydrate the hair. It consists of a couple items, is the rose water, rosemary, vitamin C, everything that's going to promote happy hair, happy, healthy hair, you know, and hydrated. So when using these two together, you're hydrating and sealing. So you always want to hydrate and then seal in your hydration or your moisture with the oil. And I also make a hair food, which you can also pair these two together. And the hair food is more so for people with damaged hair or have a lot of hair breakage. So I went through, I don't know what I went through. I got a haircut one time and my hair never grew back for like 2 years. And so I went to the doctor about it and he's like, oh, you know, take these pills and do this and do that. And after a while, I'm like, okay, it's been a year already and nothing's happening. So I went back to the drawing board again and I'm like, okay, let me figure out what I can make to use for myself to make my hair grow, because I'm having a problem. Like it was breaking off, like it wasn't doing anything. And so after some research, I ended up coming up with Root Solutions hair food. And at this point, I've been a year with this and I actually have hair now. I've had good reviews from clients. I do have some pictures that I haven't really shared with anyone yet, but I'm in the process of working on those. So yeah, the hair food, I'm really getting good reviews about that. Also helps reduce alopecia or regrow the hair. A lot of healthy stuff in here. So yeah. Did I do good?
You did. That's it's a lot. Let me, where's my camera? There it is. Hair is a lot, as we all know, with our 30,000 different textures and whatnot. Can you talk to us a little bit about what made you, clearly besides your own hair textures, what made you want to work in the space of dreads or locks and natural hair?
Well, when I was a barber, I still cut hair to this day, but it was just not my thing. Like I went to barber school, and I went to barber school because somebody was like, oh, you're always in the barber shop. Why don't you go to barber school? And in my mind, my plan was I'm going to real estate school. I'm not going to barber school. And so apparently the Lord has something else planned for me, because I feel like I have thrived so much. And if I didn't do this, real estate, would it really have been real estate? But I feel like I took on this because I know I can help people. You know, I know I can help people with their hair just by the steps that I have already taken. Like I said, in regards to my client, like, you know, I'm the only one that has done his hair since he started his locks, you know, so he trusted me. And so he was like, no, Chante, we got to do something else. We got to do something else. My hair is horrible. It still stinks. My girlfriend doesn't like it. And so I feel like that was a stepping stone for me to start finding my niche and really digging deeper into the locks and the natural hair products.
That's awesome. The ability to self-adjust. So many people feel like they learned something and then they've learned it all and they don't need to change or do anything different. Miss Sharon, you have a question?
Yes, I do. Sister, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned that the gentleman's had an odor problem in his hair. So you came up with a product to take care of that odor in his hair. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Was that wasn't the sealant or moisturizer, was something different that you?
Yes, ma'am. It was a Root Solutions detox cube. And I'm sorry, I thought I had some in here, but I don't. I can probably go out to my car and grab it. I have a box out there that I ride around with.
No, and the other question is, so as you put together these ingredients, are you the patent person for the ingredients? I mean, is it like with your name on it? Is Chante, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's like Chante's detox hair product. I mean, are you labeling that, or that's something we have to purchase from you, right?
Yes, ma'am. So it's actually Root Solutions. And I call it Root. So the name of it, I picked Root Solutions because healthy hair starts at the root.
That's
right.
So
the solution to healthy hair is at the root. So that's why I called it Root Solution. And my slogan, I call it your hair's new best friend.
Okay. That's all right. It's in the words. It's in the words.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's a good title because you're describing not only a catchy phrase, but also what it does. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because as a barber or a beauty operator, I'm not sure which title you have, you are able to do that, to make up. You felt the hair and you knew what the needs were for that gentleman. So his better half is happy that there's no more odor in the hair.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was from his job, huh? That's where he was working. He was getting stuff. Yeah, I empathize with that. Thank you. No, that's fine. No, stay with the catchy phrase. That helps. Okay.
I like that. Lou, I think you're next.
Yeah, thank you for presenting, Chante. This is very good. Could you spend a little time talking about locks and kind of the process and what is it like to maintain locks over time?
So the process with starting out with locks, you're gonna go with your you have a couple of different options in regards to starting out locks. You can do a classic home coil starter lock. You can do a 2-strand twist starter lock. You can also do a crochet service starter lock. Some people do lock extensions. I do lock extensions. I don't really push lock extensions because I feel like when you're starting your lock journey, you're actually starting another journey in life. You know, you're picking up new things, you're learning new things, you're actually finding yourself through the lock journey, because it's building character, you know, with your hair, whether it's short. Some people start with it super short and they're like, oh my gosh, I hate it, you know, but a couple months later, they're like, you know, I found so many other things about myself that I don't really worry about what the locks look like with them being short. So I don't know, like that's why I said I don't really push the lock extensions, because the journey is the journey. Like it's so much involved in starting your lock journey. Like I said, really finding yourself, really learning new things about yourself.
Yeah, just natural hair is a journey.
Yes, ma'am.
For a long time. Yeah, so a problem I've always had with different hairstyles is they get to a certain length, and it's a length that I just can't stand, and I can't get myself past that. To get to what it would look like is 3 inches longer. Maybe I would like it, but it's just that particular length that just drives me crazy.
Uh-oh. I lost the sound.
Miss Janice, I think you're next.
Okay, thank you. Chante, thank you so much for your information. So the question I have, it revolves around when you're going, lower hand, when you're going natural, and then you still have all that dandruff. So I hear you talking about the product that you can put on, but is there anything else? I mean, like drinking water or anything else to help with dandruff and all that?
To help with the dandruff, the dandruff really, it sometimes you need a healthy dandruff just so that you know that your hair is growing. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Sometimes it comes in like a form of, you'll see it like super flaked up on the skin, not just the little flakes, but where you see it kind of casting over the hair and you can pull it and it's still, you see the holes in the
Scalp.
skin. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you can have healthy dandruff and you can have not so healthy dandruff.
I remember hearing about that as a kid. Good, they used to call it good dandruff.
Right.
It might
So that
not
would be your
look
growing
good.
dandruff.
Okay, okay.
That would be your growing dandruff. And still, you still don't want that to sit on your scalp
Right.
regularly because it's still blocking the good vitamins that your hair needs, because the vitamins go down the whole hair shaft. The whole hair strand needs to have those nutrients. So yeah, you do get some, you want the good dandruff, you still don't want it to sit on there. You still want to remove that off if you can. And so that's why even with the hydration spray, it has aloe in it also.
Okay.
So the aloe is going to help heal a lot of that stuff that's going on per se a person's scalp. You know what I'm saying? So if they're really having scalp problems or dandruff problems like that, I wouldn't recommend them using the sealant because we don't want to seal in that dandruff.
Right.
Want to use the healthy spray, the daily spray, like I said, which is your aloe, your rosemary, your mint, because mint helps produce moisture. And so then you're going to want to put the hair food on top because that's going to be your sealing. And it's still light, it's smooth, it's not like a heavy hair grease or anything like that. It's going to do what you want it to do, and you'll notice a difference immediately,
Okay.
like within that first week.
And did you say, would you just go to your website?
Yes, ma'am. You can go to my website, or I also carry all my full line of products in the salon. I also have a shampoo and conditioner.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Sharon, you're next.
Thank you. Not sure exactly. I'm learning the terminology. Dreadlocks and locks, are those the same thing, Sister Chante?
Yes, ma'am, they are.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Some people say, oh, you don't want to call them dreads because they're so dreadful, but myself, I don't.
Yeah.
That doesn't really bother me.
Okay.
I have, believe it or not, I have more people say dreadlocks than I do hear them say locks. So, I mean, I don't think anything dreadful of them. I love what I do. Like, I eat, sleep, and drink natural hair and locks. So I wake up out of my sleep like, oh, I got an idea. I'm gonna try this.
When I see people with the long locks, I wonder about the washing of it, as far as like cosmetologists like yourself, that seems like quite a job when they're so long like that. And how frequently do people actually wash their hair when it's that long?
They wash, well, they can wash their hair as often as they want. But twice a week, or that's a bit excessive, because with the locks being so dense on the inside, you don't want to keep drying them out. And so that's what I tell my clients a lot of the time, like, you're washing your hair way too much. Just if they come and see me every 5 to 6 weeks, I tell them you don't have to wash your hair that much. Maybe wash it that one time. You know, after you come and see me, wear it for the 4 weeks. When you know you're getting ready to come back, wash it that 5th week, you know, and then they're not the best looking, but you still have a clean head before you come back and see me. And with them being that long, people pick up that odor when they don't let that hair dry. You know, so mildew will set in on the locks if they don't dry the hair. Like, people think, oh, I can wash it and go to bed. No, you cannot. You cannot. You need to dry your hair all the way, because the locks are just like clothes. You know, once they sit for so long, they're going to take on that smell, and it don't smell good. And it's not easy to get it out. And so I did get, so this is one of the cubes. This is how they come. This is what they'll look like. And then when you put them in water, they just automatically start fizzing.
Grenade? Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. This one is a grenade.
I thought I heard you say that. Okay. Yeah. Great.
And so I do
wealth of knowledge. Yeah.
I also offer towels. Like, I offer the microfiber towels, depending on the size of their locks. And you can see it has my logo on it, or my name on it. Right. And so this is for my people with long hair, with the long locks. This is what I try to push them to get. So that way the microfiber towel is really pulling out all the water. Like, it's not leaving hardly anything in there. And if it is, it's going to dry pretty quickly. And my products are not just for people with locks. They're for natural hair too.
I was going to ask you that one. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So I get a lot of my, my mixed biracial people. It's a great detangler for them. Like, I can spray it on them. You know, the moms will be like, I just don't know what to do with their hair. It stays so matted and I can't comb through it. And I show them, like, right then and there, when they come in for a consultation, I spray them down and I let it sit maybe 2 or 3 minutes per section. And I just start brushing it out with the vent brush. And they're like, oh my gosh. So yeah, yeah. I definitely know that I'm on the right path, because if I wasn't, it wouldn't be doing what it's
Amen.
doing.
Yep, that's true.
So,
thank you.
So talk to me. You just brought up different hair textures. Talk to me about your oil. So my hair, I have a looser, coilier hair, but my hair is dry. Like, I can go like this and you can hear it crunch. Like, that's how dry, and it's impossible to get moisture in my hair. My son has, I don't know how to describe it. What I would say is, although he's not mixed, you know that oftentimes you see it with mixed girls, their hair is like a blonde color, and it's super coarse, super 4C, super tight, but it's that blonde color that seems to be like what makes it like next level dry.
Right.
Not even super curly. I guess coily, yes, but I'm super dry. My son's hair is like that, and I can't get moisture in his hair no matter what. I'm always looking for something that will work for either of our hair. I, of course, have the battle of, if I put something too heavy in, then I can't get curls. And with him, I could care less about the curls as long as I could just get some moisture in his hair. Typically, we keep his hair fairly short. He wants waves, but he's 7. What 7-year-old is gonna do what he needs to do to get waves? Right. So I'm curious about, how does your oil work across the different textures?
It does really good. I haven't had a problem with it with any texture. I even do Caucasian locks, so I use my products on them too. So when you're saying in regards to your son's hair, is he like brush length?
Yeah.
Not waves, but like a low even. So
yeah.
It's just, he doesn't have any buildup or anything like that. It's just softening the hair.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm looking for. When you touch his hair, it feels dry and crunchy. There's nothing like soft or pleasant about it. And of course he's 7, so he's not trying to put any effort into it. And so mornings look like I try to moisturize it with some water or some sort of moisturizing spray. then putting a cream-based sort of lotion-y type product on it, and then really that's it. But his hair sucks whatever I put up on it before the day is over, and he's back to being dry and crunchy.
So is that something you do that every day?
Typically, yeah.
Okay. I would say kind of stay away from the water, because water is water. You know what I'm saying? If you put water on your hair every day, that's not really, water just dries up, you know?
Okay.
So, again, I'm going
Yeah.
to promote hydration spray. And I would say if he's at a brush length, I would be spraying him every day and putting like a hair food or something like that on him. That way it's more of a, not so much of a creamy, but a hair grease versus an oil.
Okay.
And then does he sleep in a do-rag at night?
We are getting there.
Okay.
It irritates his forehead. He's got to get used to it. I'm actually was looking for a satin pillowcase for him the other day, just so he has a backup. But
so if he's not tying it up, definitely do the satin pillowcase. But I push that as well. Tie your hair up every night. Everybody needs to tie their hair up. No one should be sleeping without anything on your hair, because the pillowcases are drying your hair out. Like, it's taking all the oils that your hair actually needs, and the pillowcases are taking it away. So ladies, if you're not tying your hair up, you need to be tying your hair up every night. I don't care if it looks horrible. Tie it up. If you haven't had it done for months, still tie it up.
so tie it up.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned, you said you do Caucasian locks. I have always wanted locks, but because of my hair texture, I have always just taken pause and then not done it. And I would say, you know, my hair exists somewhere between their hair and our hair. When you are doing a finer hair, not finer, a looser coil, because my hair's not fine, it's just a looser coil. When you are doing a looser coil, is it possible to get some of the, not sister locks small? I know that's kind of tiny, but is it still possible to get some of the smaller locks
Yes.
as a style versus some of the thicker? Because I see when people with finer hair, I don't know if it's just happenstance or they just go for thicker locks because they have to. Tell me about that.
I feel like you can pretty much go with what you pretty much desire. It really depends on how the hair itself coils. You know what I'm saying? So once I do that classic comb coil with that comb, is the lock going to, you know, shrink
Unravel.
down and really take the coil and show its natural look, you know, like how your ends are, you know, you have that curl on the bottom. A lot of women like that actual curl on the bottom of their lock. They don't want me to twist it all the way down. They want to keep that actual, like your curl on the bottom, and just have the lock from the root to the curl. And so it doesn't really, I mean, like I said, it depends on how your hair is going to twist down with that comb, if that was the way to go. I feel like if you were to do a crochet where we actually do an instant lock, I feel like with us doing so much of this, it's going to thin the lock out even more, because with the crochet, you're actually thinning that lock out because you're creating the lock and breaking the hair up in there to create that barrier to form the lock. So if I were to do your hair, if you were to say, hey, Chante, I want to do starter locks, I would actually do a couple on you and let you decide, like, okay, I do a couple of different sizes. I do a small, medium, large. You decide on which one you like, and we go from there.
Okay. Something I've been thinking about a lot. Otherwise, I'm gonna be bald headed soon because I can't stand hair.
Sister Chante, what would I wrap my head up in at night? What type of cloth or something would I wrap my head head up
Yes,
in.
ma'am. You would want a silk scarf or a
Silk.
satin scarf. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Or satin.
Yep.
And just kind of wrap it and
Mhm.
tie.
Yes, ma'am. Cover the whole head. So if you wanna, I mean, how do you normally, what do you normally do? What's your hair care routine for bedtime?
Well, I do have a rag. It's not a do-rag, but it's a nightcap. It's cotton that I sleep on, that I cover my head with.
Okay, so
And
no,
it's
you're gonna
okay
want to
if-
stay away from that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna want to get away from that.
Keep my head from getting cold.
Yeah, and that cotton, like I said, it's just like a pillowcase. It's still pulling
Oh,
out everything you need. And actually the
wow.
cotton rubbing up against your hair, it's still creating a fiber that's drying the hair out.
Oh,
So I see that you have gray hair. Is the gray hair a little more on the rougher side once you take your
well, my real
Yes.
hair, of course, I own this hair, but
oh, okay, okay.
the real hair looks similar to this here too. So at night, I take Sally off and put her over to the side, and then I put a sleeping cap on my head.
Okay.
But I am going to change stuff. If it's not tonight, tomorrow morning, I'm going to Walgreens or Mid-K and look
Yes,
for
ma'am.
silk or satin head
Yes, ma'am.
wrap. Is that
Yes,
what you call it, Sister
yes,
Chante?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can even do a bonnet. I mean, it really depends on how you sleep. If you do a
Oh.
bonnet, you know, they have the ones that actually tie. If the elastic around doesn't work for you, I don't know if you're a heavy sleeper or if you move a lot where the
Yeah, I do.
elastic bonnet would come off, but they actually have ones that tie also
Okay.
there, and they're not bad looking. Let me ask you
Oh.
this. Are you putting anything on your hair before you go to bed?
No.
Okay. So you just put in the
I
cotton
might be
tie
up
on
all
there.
night thinking about what I'm doing to my hair.
So
Lord
so
help me
even
here.
if you so do you have medium, long length? How long is
Yeah,
your hair?
it comes down to my shoulder and I French braid my hair. I'm
Okay.
telling a lot of personal here.
So you
Well, you and I
put
have
it.
to talk over to the side.
So are you doing like 2 French braids and then tying it up?
Yeah, three. I 3 lines of French braid, and then the braid comes down past my shoulder, and then I tie it. I know I should wear my own hair. Excuse me for taking up everybody's time, but you gave me some good information. I'm telling you, I'm going to be able to sleep fair until I get me a sleeping bonnet.
Oh,
But thank
yeah.
you, Chante.
Oh,
I
no
appreciate
problem.
that.
Yes. And do some brushing too.
Yeah, I do the brushing.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I brush
But
that, but
actually put something on it when you're brushing it. Like put whatever product you use, you know,
I had
if it's a
coconut
hair
oil.
grease. Okay.
I had
But
coconut
now
oil I was putting in my hair.
keep in mind that the oils are just a sealant.
Gotcha.
So if your hair is dry or on the drier side, it's going to just the hair oil is just going to seal in the dryness. So get maybe you can even do. So if you don't use my product, I would say maybe use like a sulfur aid or something like that. You know, just to start brushing that in,
Okay,
and it'll start turning for the better, a lot more healthier and a lot more. It's gonna do more
Right.
of what you want. You're gonna notice the difference, and your hair is gonna appreciate it for sure.
Okay. I wrote down your website so I can look up your products and where you're at. That sulfur 8, doesn't it have a kind of a smell to it?
Yeah, and so my hair food does. Let me say that it does have kind of a smell to it because it's a hair food. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's food. It's nutrients. It's gonna
Okay.
nourish the hair and give the hair the nutrients that it's lacking. Like I
Okay.
said, even if people that are dealing with alopecia, like I said, my hair didn't grow. I was bald around here, you know what I'm saying? So now I have a full head of hair.
Mhm.
So I know a lot of ladies or kids don't really want to deal with the smell, but I push the
Okay.
I tell my people
Okay.
it's like a plant. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You want to
Mhm.
water your plants at night or
Right.
first thing in the morning, you know, then I do mine at night. I hydrate and grease my hair at night, tie it up, and in the morning before I put my wig on, I don't have to deal with the smell. Plus, I don't want that oil trapped in my wig. I still want my wig to flow like it's
Okay.
supposed
Well,
to flow.
you got me going. Okay. Okay. I'm sold, America. Okay, thank you.
No
So
problem.
Chante, are you going to be in the shop tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am. I will be there
Okay,
tomorrow.
I'll be up there because Tina's going to cut my hair tomorrow. So I will stop by and talk with you
Okay.
about the moisturize, especially the alopecia, because I've got a bald spot that's coming up here. It's not bald, but it's just thin enough to be a problem.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we'll talk about that.
Okay. And I can show you some pictures too.
Okay,
Okay.
that'll work.
So Chante, tell me, I see that you can make appointments for locks on your website. Is there somewhere for people who maybe want other services to make appointments?
So that's when you would book a consultation. So I know it says starter lock consultation or something like that, but I still just so that we can talk more so about about what you want your hair to be like. I just tell them to book a consultation, and that gives us, I think, is it 15 or 20 minutes just to kind of chit chat and figure out what the problem is and where we want to be or what you want the end result to be.
Okay. Well, I know I'm excited. You've given me something to think about. It's been plaguing me. It has been plaguing me to do something different with this hair. And I have an appointment with my barber tomorrow, and I was just about to chop off some more. And I know my husband's gonna be real upset if I come home bald headed. So, yeah.
And
something to think about.
you can also do like a twist out. You know what I'm saying? Just something to start getting you ready or give you an idea or put you in the mind of, okay, if I decide to go with locks, this is kind of where I'll be at. This is kind of the starting look that I would go with. You know what I'm saying? We
Okay.
can always play with it. And just like I said, we could do a 2-strand twist during the consult. We can do a couple here. We can do a starter lock twist, you know, just something for you to actually look at. And what I normally do is put it underneath or put it somewhere where the person can go home and actually, you know, think about it and really look at it and be like, oh, okay, I kind of like this one or whatever.
That's a really good idea. All right, ladies. Well, I want to open up, just make sure, is there anybody else who has questions for Chante? Any other information that you would like to have? Flipping through there.
Your location, you're here in Des Moines, Sister Chante.
Yes, ma'am. I'm at 1165 25th Street. I'm at Paparazzi Hair Studio. And I want to leave you guys with this because even the grenades, even if this can be just a regular service, like this can be just a wash and go service. You can use this and a steam just to hydrate the hair. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be just to clean the hair. This is gonna put hydration back in your hair as well.
Wow. All right. And it's Dread Doctor is the name of your business.
Yes, ma'am.
I printed it off right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. I am super glad that you were able to join us today. We haven't had anybody talk about hair before. And I think, we all know that that's one of the hottest topics for us as Black women. And so to not have somebody talk about hair and for you to be able to speak on, such a diverse, we know our hair ranges from bone straight to the tightest coils.
Oh, yeah.
In between. And so for you to be able to speak to those and talk about your experience with meeting customers' individual needs is really great. And I'm super thankful that you were able to join us this evening.
Amen. That was great.
Yes, I am going to wrap us up and then I'm going to turn this off so we can just chat offline for a second. So
Okay.
again, I wanted just to thank Chante Duncan for joining us
Yes.
tonight from the Dread Doctor.
Mhm.
This information will be shared out to our membership for those who weren't able to join us tonight. So
Mhm.
again, Chante, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, ladies,
Mhm.
for having me. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's
Thank you.
great. Yeah. Uh-huh.